Conspiracy theorist! Conspiracy theorist! 6 years ago, that label was slapped on anyone who suggested COVID might have originated from a lab leak in Wuhan. Remember? Not anymore. While the origin remains uncertain, the March 16, 2025 New York Times op-ed, "We were badly misled about the event that changed our life," documented how the possibility of lab-related accident was downplayed or buried on purpose. No, I'm not talking about COVID today, but that example helped frame what I want to discuss about the anti-ICE protest, because what's happening behind the scene will sound conspiratorial. Before going there, it's helpful to consider how Eric Weinstein, a Harvard-trained mathematician and economist, distinguished between plausible and implausible conspiracies. Watch this clip from Modern Wisdom podcast.
Of course, there are conspiracies everywhere. Let me give you an example. The moon landing and the JFK assassination are not in the same category. It's quite probable that something funny is going on around the JFK assassination, and it's highly improbable that the moon landings are fake.
According to Weinstein, some conspiracies, like multiple shooter theories about JFK, remain debated. These fall into the plausible category. Others, like denying the moon landing, are simply implausible. Weinstein also mentions other conspiracies. Were they plausible or implausible? Listen.
We found a million conspiracies. I could tell you various operations, Operation Condor, Operation Sea Spray, where we sprayed bacteria on all of San Francisco. We all know about the Tuskegee medical experiment, Operation Northwoods, Operation Mockingbird, Operation Ajax in Chile.
So I picked 3 from his list and asked AI about it. I said regarding Operation Condor,
was Operation Condor in South America considered a conspiracy theory when it was allegedly happening?
This is AI's response.
Yes, Operation Condor was absolutely dismissed as a conspiracy theory for years, especially during the period when it was active mid-1970s through the 1980s. Condor became one of the clearest examples of a real conspiracy that had been dismissed as an implausible one.
Regarding the Tuskegee experiment, I asked AI,
was the Tuskegee medical experiment considered a conspiracy while it was happening?
AI responded,
yes, while the Tuskegee syphilis study was happening 1932 through 1972, claims about it were often treated as if they were a conspiracy, even though no one used that exact phrase at the time.
Regarding Operation Sea Spray, I asked AI,
was Operation Sea Spray considered a conspiracy theory while it was occurring?
Here is AI's response.
Yes, while Operation Sea Spray was happening 1950 and the surrounding Cold War years, claims about it were effectively treated as unbelievable, even though no one used the modern phrase conspiracy theory.
Look, these were once conspiracy theories, yet they were real. I present them because what I'm about to suggest falls into the plausible category, not proven, but possible. Returning to the anti-ICE protest. First, we need to remember what was allowed to happen under the Biden administration for 4 years. A clip from my September 2021 vlog reminds us of the scale. I said then, I'd like to talk about what is going on in Del Rio, Texas, a small town bordering Mexico, about 14,000 migrants, mostly from Haiti, who are stuck there. It's just miserable living condition. There's lack of food, medicine, shelter. It's humanitarian crisis. According to Customs and Border Protection, 8 to 11 million non-U.S. citizens, including known criminals, entered the country illegally in 4 years. It looked as if the border was left unsecured on purpose. Now, with the anti-ICE protest, the killing of 2 protesters, and footage of ICE agents being rough, footage the media eagerly amplified, has only intensified the outrage. So here's a statement that will sound conspiratorial. What I cannot prove, but remain within the realm of possibility, is this. If you trace the chain of command far enough upward, you may find a coordinated group of ideological actors who set these events in motion. First, by allowing the border to become effectively open, then by encouraging anti-ICE agitation, and finally by using any violent encounters as proof that ICE is a modern-day Gestapo. The end result would be a climate in which addressing illegal immigration becomes nearly impossible, ensuring that those who enter illegally remain in the country. So, who might these ideological actors be? Some could be socialist or globalist thinkers who envision a borderless world. In 2024, Megan Basham's book Shepherds for Sale stirred controversy by alleging that major evangelical organizations such as Southern Baptist Convention and Christianity Today receive funding from left-leaning foundations to promote open border policies, among other things. She spoke about George Soros, a multi-billionaire who has openly expressed his messianic complex. Check out this grainy footage in which Soros says about himself.
I did have juvenile fantasies of saving the world. So I had that messianic fantasy. I've been somewhat more successful of actually acting out those fantasies.
She wrote, quote,
George Soros made no secret of the fact that his aim is to open the borders, saying in 2009 that
Sovereignty is an anachronistic concept originating in bygone years.
starting in 1996, he began directing hundreds of millions of dollars to the cause of unrestricted immigration.
end of quote. She also documented his financial support for unrestricted immigration initiative. One group she named was the Ethics and Religious Liberty Commission, the policy arm of the Southern Baptist Convention, the largest Protestant denomination in the United States. Many deny this, calling it a rumor, another way of saying conspiracy. Yet in an email I sent on September 22nd, 2025 to a colleague who dismissed Basham's work, I noted a headline, quote, Southern Baptist entity finally announces split from Soros-backed group, end of a quote. Basham may not have been as inaccurate as critics claim. Others who benefit from keeping millions of illegal immigrants in the country could be Democratic political strategists who foresee future voting bloc. I witnessed California's demographic and political transformation firsthand from 1981 and 1999. During that entire time, California had Republican governors and voted for Ronald Reagan twice. This isn't about telling Christians how to vote, but about recognizing what some political actors may be willing to do, including releasing criminal illegal immigrants instead of handing them to ICE to secure long-term power. So why should a pastor care? For the last 15 years, my ministry has focused on culturally sensitive Asian American Christians who would lean left due to their university formation. A good example of this left-leaning conservative faith is Christine Corbett-Dumais, a progressive church historian teaching at a Christian university who studied at a small reform school before completing her graduate work at Notre Dame. In 2022, while hundreds of thousands crossed the border illegally, she argued that evangelical concern about border security and illegal immigration was largely manufactured. And 3 Asian American pastors who were interviewing her just sat there listening, taking it all in. I made this vlog to urge such Christians to think more soberly and factually, not ideologically like Dumais, even if they support the Democratic Party. A second concern, many of these same Christians went all in for BLM after George Floyd. They joined vigils, marched, and recommended books like White Fragility and How to Be an Anti-Racist. But now many are quiet. Quiet when Charlie Kirk was murdered, quiet about the realities of open border policies, quiet about the ideological forces shaping these movements. Instead, I see a retreat into pietism and church programming, including fun activities. Good things, but insufficient if they blind us to what is happening in our world. My final conspiracy theory? The ultimate conspiracy I want to warn about is this. The devil wants to bless the church into becoming exactly what atheist biologist P.Z. Myers says he wants. Listen to what he said in this clip from the 2008 documentary Expel No Intelligence Allowed.
Religion gives some people comfort, and we don't want to take it away from them. It's like knitting. People like to knit. We're not going to take the knitting needles away. We're not going to take away their churches. But what we have to do is get it to a place where religion is treated at the level it should be treated. That is something fun that people get together and do on the weekend and really doesn't affect their life as much as it has been so far. A side dish rather than the main course.
By extension, the kind of faith atheist scientist P.Z. Myers wants is a harmless, privatized, pietistic Christianity that never challenged anything in the real world. Pastors and church leaders, don't be so absorbed in activities and internal life that you become oblivious to what's happening around us, so irrelevant to what's going on in the world, in Minneapolis, at the border, or Iran right now. If we do, we risk producing a Christian faith that has no bearing on how people actually live, the kind the devil doesn't mind at all. Of course, what the devil is doing is not a conspiracy, it is actually happening. Beware of his scheme. Don't let Satan outwit us. 2 Corinthians 2:17.